there, this is Patricia from patriciafenty.com, and today I have a really fun and easy crochet tutorial for you for this Granny Square hat for toddlers. Isn't that just so cute? So I designed this hat to go along with the Granny Square Poncho pattern tutorial that I did a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it would be fun to have a matching little hat. So the hat is available, the sizing is available in a small, medium, and large. I don't have the large here right now, but it is super easy to do. You could probably crochet this up in a couple of hours. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so you don't miss out on any creative tutorials, and hit the notification bell so then you're notified when I upload a new video. So let's get started. All right, so to create this hat, you're going to make 6 granny squares in the exact same way you did in part 1 of the poncho tutorial. So I'm not going to redo all of that content here. There's a link down below for that tutorial in part 1 where you learn how to crochet the granny squares and how to sew them all together using the invisible whip stitch. So you'll need 6 squares, and of course all the yarn information and the sizing information is in that tutorial. So if you want to make a small toddler size, you'll need the 2.5-inch granny square. Here I'm doing the medium-sized toddler hat, so it's 2 3/4-inch square. And then for the large size toddler hat, you'd need a 3-inch square. And again, I talk about all that sizing in part 1 of the poncho tutorial. So go ahead and create your 6 squares, and then you're going to sew them all together in a length using the invisible whip stitch, and making sure to join them in the way I show you in that tutorial, where you're going to pick up both chain 2 stitches in each corner. And then you're going to sew the strip together and you're going to join it so it creates a band. And for the small band, you want your finished length to be 15 inches. And the medium band should be 16 inches. And the large band, you want 17 inches. Now, once you've crocheted all your squares and you've sewn them together and it's a little bit shy, you can always add a row of single crochet where your joining seam is to get that length that you want. So go ahead and join them all together and make your band, and I'll see you when we get back. Welcome back. So here the band is all created and sewn together. So now you're going to take the color yarn that you used for the trim color on your poncho and the same size crochet hook that you used to make your squares. So I'm using the 4mm or G6 crochet hook. So you join on with a slip knot, and we're just going to do a simple double crochet border all the way around. So join into any chain 1 space, see, whatever you want to be the back of your hat, and just bring the yarn through, flip your tail over and do a slip stitch, and then chain 3, and that counts as your first double crochet. Then you're just going to double crochet into the top of each stitch all the way around, going under both posts. Just doing a simple double crochet border all the way around. And when you get to your chain 2 space on either side of your join, you can either go right into the chain 2 space, or you can pick up the 2 stitches there, whatever you like. And what you want to do is you want to make sure to catch this joining seam here where you joined your squares together. So see if you can pick up 2 threads there and do a double crochet, and then go into the chain 2 space and then carry on into the top of each stitch. And you'll see here that when you come out of the corner, you should have 3 stitches all together that you'll go into. So there's 1, 2, 3 before you get to your chain 1 space. So after your chain 2 space, you want to make sure that you're catching 3 stitches over to the next chain 1 space, and that will keep your band nice and even with your stitches. So go ahead and crochet that all the way around the band, and I'll see you on the other side. Great, here we are all the way around, and you're going to join this round by going into the 3rd chain of your beginning chain 3 with a slip stitch, going under both loops there. I always find those beginning chains a little bit tight. And I'm not going to do a chain 1 to fasten off. I don't want a knot there, so I'm just going to cut the yarn, pull it through, and then darn that tail in. And that is going to be the bottom part of the brim. Now we're going to create the crown of the hat, and in order to do that, you're going to repeat this exact same row up here. So just starting in the back, and you'll join on in the same way into the chain 1 space, do a chain 3, go all the way around, but you're not going to fasten off when you finish this round. Just go ahead and do that, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so I've come around this side here, and I've joined with a slip stitch to the 3rd chain of my beginning chain 3, and now we're going to do the 2nd row, and we're going to start by doing a double crochet decrease in this round. So start with a chain 3, and then do a double crochet into the next stitch, going under both posts. And now we're going to do a decreased double crochet. So yarn over and start your double crochet into the next stitch, and yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, and then leave 2 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and do another double crochet into the next stitch, bringing the yarn through, and just complete half of the double crochet, and you'll now have 3 loops on your hook. Then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and that's starting to pull the crown of the hat in. So then you'll do a double crochet into the next stitch, and then you'll do a decreased double crochet again. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, and just complete half your double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch, and complete half the double crochet. You'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So you're going to repeat that all the way around, alternating between a double crochet into the 1 stitch and then a decreasing double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So go ahead and do that, and I'll see you at the end. All right, so coming around to the end of this row, depending on how many double crochets you did in the first row, because that could change a bit, you might have ended up doing an extra stitch along the way, because it can be a bit tricky to see where to stitch into. But if you did it properly, when you come to the end of this round, you'll have 4 stitches left when you come out of your last double crochet. So there's my reduced double crochet and my double crochet. So what I'm going to do here in order to finish this is to do another double crochet, and it's just for this round only. And so you'll just have to adjust this depending on how many stitches you have for your first row. And then I will do my reduced double crochet and through all 3 loops, and then I'll have 1 stitch left where I'll do another double crochet. So you could end here with the reduced double crochet. So then join on into your 3rd chain of your beginning chain 3 to join this round, and do a slip stitch, and we're just going to repeat the same process again for row 3. So chain 3 and do a double crochet into the next stitch, and then do your reduced double crochet into the next 2 stitches. And you're just going to repeat that all the way around, a double crochet into the next stitch and a reduced double crochet. So I'll see you on the other side. All right, so you can see how the crown of the hat is starting to pull in. And so I've finished here with my reduced double crochet, and I have one more double crochet, and then I'm going to join on with a slip stitch into the third chain of that beginning chain 3, just like that. And then we're going to do one more round where we're reducing the crown with the double crochet, so chain 3, and do a double crochet into the next stitch. Oops. And then do a reduced double crochet. And so you're just going to repeat this all the way around, again alternating between a reduced double crochet and a reduced double crochet. So I will see you at the end of this round. All right, so coming to the end of row 4, I did my last reduced double crochet. Again, you might have to adjust this depending on how your stitch count worked out from the beginning. And so I did my last double crochet, and then I'm joining on with a slip stitch into the third chain of the beginning chain 3 with a slip stitch. And just like that. And now we're just going to be working in a spiral all the way around with a single crochet. So chain 1, and then do a single crochet into the top 2 posts of each stitch all the way around. And it's easy to tell where your beginning row is here. You can put a stitch marker there if you like, but for this row just do a single crochet all the way around. Now I've come to the back of the hat because of the double crochets with the spaces in between them, so that's the end of this round. But because it's a spiral, we're just going to carry on, but from this point you're going to skip a stitch and do a single crochet, and then skip a stitch and a single crochet, and then skip a stitch and a single crochet. And from this point on, you're just going to do this all the way around until you close up the crown of the hat. And I will see you there. Okay, so you can see here, it's a little awkward to crochet here, but there's room to do one more single crochet. So you skip a stitch and do a single crochet right across from the other one. And I'm sorry, I'm totally off screen here, and I didn't notice this till after the hat was made. But just close up the crown like that, and then cut your tail and pull the yarn through. And you can see that barely. Again, I apologize so much. But take your crochet hook and bring it up on the opposite side of that stitch and pick up in between the V stitch on the opposite side, and grab your yarn and pull it through into the center of the cap. And you can see that nicely. And then you can just darn the end in from the inside. And then you want to darn in your beginning tails as well. And there you are. And then of course you want to wash this according to the directions of your yarn. If you're using the Bernat yarn, you definitely want to wash it because it helps to soften the fabric. And I'm just going to steam it for now. I have a little hand steamer, so I'll do that and I'll be right back. All right, here we go. I've just did a little steam press with this. And isn't this just so cute? And I'll just show you the top here so you can see how nicely that finished off at the top, just like that. And so, isn't that just so cute? So there you go, all done. And this really is such an easy pattern, and it's just so darn cute. I just can't get over how cute this little hat is. So I will have a link to a written pattern in the description box below. And for the most part, I always do have written patterns as well, and you'll always find them in the description box below. I will put a link to this one as well because you will need part 1 of the poncho tutorial to create this. So Please give this a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get more creative and inspiring videos. Thank you for joining me.